everybody.
He's been threatening to say something else. You have to excuse him. He's a little excited.
I am excited. Is that such a bad thing?
No, I've been excited too, but you don't like my bottle selection.
No, I don't. She's like, oh, let me grab this 26-year Armagnac and just go ahead and kill that off. Look, here's your OESO, last one. Let's go ahead and kill that off. Oh, look, here's a 12-year Bell Me. Let's go ahead and kill that off.
We're not in focus.
You're not in focus.
No, I'm serious. We're blurry.
Beep. Hello? You broke it.
Probably. Is it just me or are we not in focus?
No, it's the background's in focus.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad that I at least know that.
This is amateur hour. Come on now.
Hey, the fact that we have a camera.
Do we have audio?
Can you guys hear us? Yes? No? I don't know. Do we have audio? I didn't check audio.
So click on settings.
Okay, sorry guys. Kyle left his camera. Audio. Hey, talkie. You're going to okay, so at least they have audio. There's that.
Sorry for anyone wearing headphones.
Yes, thank you, Jake. Okay, so Kyle left his computer at the office, which is about a 10-minute drive. Yeah. I'm killing bottles tonight. He's mad at me because I picked out
all the good ones.
I did, but what are we going to do with this? This is just going to go bad, and then I'm going to be sad.
Bar's moving.
I'm totally going to be sad. Hey, Facebook user, head on over to YouTube. If anyone is in here that has a link, I would really love you to put it in the comments.
Grab anything that's under 130 proof?
No, I don't ever grab anything. Yes, our new Riff picks right there.
Scotty boy.
Hey, Scott. So anyway.
And David and Justin, what's up, buddy?
And we have our Facebook user or users.
And Jake Millar.
Who are laughing at me because I say it every time.
Uncle Robbie. What's up, buddy?
I love the name.
And Judith Polk.
He put that up. I don't know if Chris is actually here or not because he put that on at like 7:45.
So what is up, guys? What are you all drinking? We have to get ready for New Orleans Bourbon Festival. So that is
this weekend.
Yeah. And our drinking lately has definitely been much lesser than normal.
That's the understatement of the planet.
For at least like the last 6 months. And it's just
we haven't had time to drink.
Yeah, that's how busy I've been. Have not even had time to drink.
I'm going to start off with popcorn because I had this last week. It was really
Kyle Shallow. What's up, buddy?
Of course. Kyle had to figure out who was from the Facebook.
Kyle, are you going to NOLA? If so, hit us the F up.
Yes, NOLA countdown. Total NOLA countdown.
So, yeah, if you're going to survive NOLA, you got to be prepped and ready, man.
Also, make sure you have your liquid IVs in your pockets at all times because you never know when you need one of those.
So basically, you start going to seminars, right? Is what we'll call them, classes, at 9, maybe 10 in the morning.
I thought it was 8.
I think it's 9. At 9 in the morning. And basically, those are all drinking. And then you go to what the professional world would call a trade show at the end of the night, which is just a bunch of distilleries handing out free whiskey. And that continues till at least midnight, maybe 2 a.m.
Things you can stop by.
So, yeah, basically from 9 a.m. to 2 a.m., it's just
non-stop drinking.
Bourbon. Yeah.
So I highly recommend it.
During the day, it's a nice, easy pace. And then after about 5 or 6, it's just all bets are off. People drop glasses. People are hurling. It's a good time. It's fun, though. It's fun.
Evan Williamson.
Jake's on 1783.
What?
Got back from red eye, no sleep from Vegas. From March Madness. Nice. I woke up from a 7-hour nap. Nice.
That could be rough.
I've been there. Done that. You know how it goes. Yeah. So Kyle, if you're going to be at NOLA, man, that's going to be awesome. Scott's going to be there with his lovely wife, and I'm sure we're going to see each other and get some drinks with them while we're down there. Yeah, beignets.
I can't comment on YouTube. What did you do?
Kyle's probably in YouTube jail.
Is YouTube jail a thing? I know Facebook jail's a thing.
Bottle Kierland Peerless Double Oak.
New Orleans Bourbon Festival starts off this Thursday.
Friday, technically, but yeah, Friday morning.
So we're heading out. We'll be down there.
We'll be there. We're heading out Wednesday morning. So
I am so stoked.
we're like,
I need some food.
Deuces.
I need some beignets. I need
some whiskey, some cocktails. New Orleans cocktails are spot on, man.
You know, there's nothing better than a hurricane from New Orleans. That's where they originated. Go get a Pat O'Brien's hurricane in the middle of the day because it's so flippin' hot usually. And by the first one, like by the time you get it all drunk, you really don't care about the heat anymore. You really don't care about much of anything, and you're wandering around aimlessly, and it's amazing.
So Kyle says he'll be in Florida.
Well, you can have fun with Florida.
Jake's got a ankle sprain from a golf injury. I thought golf was supposed to be like injuryless. Injuryless, not injury-free.
It depends. If you have an Aaron playing with you, you know all bets are off. So, I mean...
Stainless steel can rust. It's a lot harder. That's why it's called stainless, not stain-free.
I also, walking past a iron coat rack should have been, and yet I lost my toenail and my toe and everything else.
Scott, we have not signed up for a dinner yet.
So now Kyle's going to do that right now, so we can't see any chats because Kyle just realized.
I plan on getting a Sazerac while we're there. We're actually staying across the street from the Sazerac house, also.
So I can get into the Sazerac house.
I can get a Sazerac at the Sazerac house. I feel like that's just
that. Yes.
That's just needed. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like
I didn't see any dinner availability.
Oh, it was not for a while, and then
it opened up.
Yeah, they had everything else on there. So we have Wild Turkey, Russell's Reserve, Maker's Mark,
Four Roses,
Uncle Nearest, Four Roses, Mark and Sherry Carter at Southern Food and Beverage,
Jim Beam Happy Hour. I wouldn't mind doing happy hour because I want some good food. We didn't have much time to do anything while we were there, but happy hour would be good.
So the 24th is Thursday. So maybe we'll do the Old Carter one too.
That would be cool.
Yeah. So
we'll look at that in a little bit after we get off the chat. But yeah, so if you haven't, this year the lineup is a little bit different. So I'm curious. They're choosing for words.
Just drinks and
Brett Elliott.
Cool.
No, it's not me and Brett Elliott. It's Jim. Jim's friends with Brett Elliott.
Got him on speed dial.
Yep.
Cool running. What's up, buddy?
So what is everyone drinking in the chat?
Kyle, I can probably do that while we're down there. That stuff is usually readily available. So I'll see what I can do. It shouldn't be a big deal. But
yeah, we can probably make that happen. What are you drinking?
Moose.
I so need that shirt.
Nick the Greek. What's up, buddy?
I really need a moose shirt. I've decided it.
With a picture of a caribou.
With a picture of a caribou.
I slipped on a tea pad.
Wow, everyone's getting aimed.
No, that's Jake.
Oh, okay.
Golf.
You might want to get an X-ray. My daughter broke her ankle now twice rolling it. And it literally swelled up like a golf ball. And so I would go get that X-rayed.
Kyle's got some 11-year Elijah Craig barrel proof store pick, 133.7 proof. Dude, I will say, if you guys have not been to Heaven Hill, drinking Elijah Craig out of the barrel is unfucking real. It is. David coming in clutch with Evan Williams white label. What?
I have not gotten
It's a terrible experience. Yeah. If you guys haven't done it, just pass. It's horrible. You don't want to do it. That way you can't be mad.
Discovery 6 is very good, Nick.
I'm in on all the Bardstown's, man.
You can't really
all the
go
Bardstown
wrong
Discovery
with the
series are so damn good.
Yeah, I haven't been invited to go to Heaven Hill yet. Kyle just goes without me because someone has to take care of the kids.
Someone had to do it.
At least I get to go to NOLA.
You're welcome. But
I'm just gonna
so
make
the
a
Caribou
bourbon blind
Crossing.
trip
Let's
and
go
just tell
ahead
everyone to come.
and-
I'll leave you home. Oh, Amber and I will go to New Orleans and we'll leave you at home.
Negative. The fuck you will.
We'd have fun.
It's like giving a mouse a crack cookie and seeing what happens.
I want to get the shirts. There's 2 shirts and I need to get them. It says, I am drunk. I'm looking for friend. The other one says, I am friend. And I have no clue or something like that. It was like, oh, who would get which? I don't think Amber's on here, but Amber and I are going to New Orleans.
The fuck you are. Those shirts are definitely a woman thing, though.
Oh, yeah. I always get where I need to go.
David with the FOMO. He did miss out, and he is now fearing it. Negative Ghost Rider, the pattern is full.
I'm sorry. I'm not going to be laughing about that for a while. The idea of Amber and I in New Orleans.
Nope.
We'd be spending the night in jail.
Nope. Yep.
Actually, it takes a lot to get arrested down in New Orleans. I think we'd be okay.
Not with her, you would.
She might be arrested. I'll bail her out.
Anyway, Caribou Crossing, highly recommend.
The moose. I am drinking popcorn. No, it's popcorn. I'm drinking popcorn. I was gonna pour my Armagnac, and then I got sidetracked and I'm drinking popcorn.
This is a highly sought after bottle right there.
Hmm.
King's Family Distillery single barrel
Wait.
bourbon whiskey popcorn mash.
Just don't pee in public. You're good. Yeah, girls peeing in public is a whole thing.
And don't have glass on the street.
Yes, you cannot have glass on the street. Like rule number 1. As long as you don't have glass on the street,
And don't stab anyone. Just about anything else, you know.
it's not. It may be frowned upon, but you won't get arrested for it.
Fuck that Blanton's for $200.
Why would someone pay that?
They didn't. That's why it was still there.
Oh. Okay, well, at least there's that.
Oh.
Are you going to kill the fireball, George? No, but I will gladly bring that with us to NOLA if anyone wants to come have a sample of that.
Yep. Kyle got some of it
Yep.
when he came down, hung out.
So keep an eye out. Oh, yes. I
Yeah.
can't tell you.
Okay.
There's not people in the chat that know what I'm about to do. So we'll just
Okay.
leave it at that. Sorry. I will put something out to somewhere that Kyle can't see. Maybe I can figure out how to do this and the forces that be, because I've had some requests for some bottles that I can't wait to get on the show. We'll leave it at that. Sorry. ADD much. I'm here.
What is up with that popcorn?
I like it.
I don't.
No cinnamon, mouse cinnamon. It's instant air and puke. So
Candy cinnamon.
mixed with cherry Coke. I mean, like a hint of cherry Coke.
All right. How about this Bell Mead?
I
12
like
year?
it.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and just do some of this right. Yeah.
Kyle did not like the popcorn.
I wasn't a fan of it when I first opened it, which is probably why it's still full. And
I like it.
still not loving it.
We had it last week.
This is a Bell Mead barrel 5464 and 101.2 proof 12-year MGP deliciousness. No, you're drinking your damn popcorn cardboard.
I'm almost done.
Tastes like cardboard.
You're so full of it.
I am not.
This needs to get killed. Like, I'm trying to kill off bottles that, like, well, this one doesn't yet. We can leave Darkwing. I pulled that out and I didn't drink any of it last week. Ooh, this one's signed.
Yeah, it makes it taste better.
That's what I was about to say. Those signatures really do make them taste better.
Which this
2017.
one, Lincoln Road, 2017 OESO. Yeah.
Oh, so this wasn't even from the distillery. Brent sat and signed all the ones from Lincoln Road.
A lot of times master distillers will sign like random bottles as they go through. Or if they go to a store, they'll just sign some of the bottles while they're there.
I wouldn't envy that. My arm would get tired.
David, you ain't bottle chugging no Bell Mead. Nice try, bitch.
Yeah, I would like to see that. We can put you on the show.
Aw. Thanks, Whiskey Food, dude.
Let's hit this button. Thank you. Big hearts. We appreciate it.
That's a small heart. You gotta do big hearts.
No, because yours don't look like a heart. They look like a circle.
It's
Heart.
no heart.
There you go.
Ah,
That's
there you go.
better.
What's that?
You know what? It's close enough. Whatever. We can argue over my hearts later.
I already have your heart. Nice try though.
Uh-huh.
IW Harper Cabernet. Scott, I have not had that one yet, man.
That sounds good.
Mm.
I don't know.
No, that Belle Meade, on the other hand.
Now, I have a question for you. Is that a Cabernet that was finished in the Harper or the other way around?
Bro, the
I've
IW
never
Harper
seen-
finished in Cabernet barrels.
Only Kyle has your heart. Hey,
Corey!
Corey!
What's up, buddy?
Uh,
Missed you, man.
I'm seriously confused. Scott, which way is it? Is it a wine finished in a bourbon or a bourbon finished in a wine?
Probably a bourbon finished in
I've
wine.
never seen it finished in a red.
IW Harper?
No, just anything.
Yeah, we have some. We have some Cab and some Merlot, I think.
I know we have. Huh.
We're doing good, man. We got to get our livers ready for New Orleans Bourbon Festival.
Yeah, we're gonna be
drinking from
sick.
9 a.m. to 2
I'm
a.m.
gonna
every
be
day.
sick. I'm gonna be very sick.
So, this Belle Meade, everything good, everything delicious. It's 12-year MGP. I mean, can
you
you
go
really
wrong?
go wrong? 12?
I'm
Yeah,
getting
12.
floral. Why am I getting floral?
That's the popcorn.
No, I drank out of
Oh.
this one. I get like floral in the
I'm
mid.
not getting floral.
Not in the nose. I can't smell. I'm not smelling anything.
Fair.
I give up. It's slowly coming back. Only took 6 months, 8 months, 7 months.
Leather?
I don't even know.
Butterscotch, creme brulee, oak,
I got nothing.
vanilla bean,
I will say I don't have a
bourbon and a wine. Scott says.
bourbon finished in a wine. Cool.
Yeah. Corey, your early times bottled and bond, probably from like the 1980s, knowing you. Yeah. Belle Meade, delicious.
I keep wanting to say erythritol, and it's not it. I'm not getting what have I been?
Ethanol?
No, not ethanol. I'm
Ammonia?
not. Yes, that's the word I'm looking for. Everything's been smelling like ammonia. All of the bourbons, all of my chocolate, all of my coffee. Now I get nothing, so I'll take it.
More of that leather oak, caramel, if you will. Tobacco. A little bit of fruitiness. Like a spicy fruit, if that
I
makes
get the
any
spice
sense.
on the end,
Like a spicy fruit.
but in the mid, I get like a floral.
Ethan, what's up, buddy? Wilderness Trail single barrel bottled and bond.
Wilderness
Nice.
Trail is good.
I fucking love Wilderness Trail.
Mm-hmm. I do too.
Alcohol equals energy, Scott says. It's the next day that she's worried about.
Yeah. I will be making sure I drink at least 3 liquid IVs before I go to bed. Fifth quarter tailgate.
Oh, it's Scott.
Oh,
Him and
sorry.
Oh yeah, Corey says his early times is pre-SAS
Pre-SAS.
ownership.
Right now, AW, we are drinking Belle Meade, and I drank King's Family popcorn.
Belle Meade 12-year single barrel.
There you go.
So 12-year MGP. Which is so fucking good.
You can say that we're 19 minutes in. Now you can say what you wanted to say in the beginning. I'm going to let him say it first because I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube.
Yeah, fuck them.
You say that.
Bunch of commies.
You say that until you get put in jail. I don't know if YouTube.
Sorry, YouTube. I didn't mean that.
Don't know if YouTube has a jail, but Facebook jail is a real thing and it sucks. And once you get
Mid-2000s
hit
Turkey
once,
101.
you are now like I have like
You're in the algorithm.
you are, and I have friends that are like
You're
frequent
scrutinized.
flyers, and every single time they get jacked up, it happens over and over again. And I'm like, but I've said stuff like that, and I'm like, ooh, please don't put me in Facebook jail.
AW Smoke Wagon Uncut Unfiltered, batch 96.
The fact
What's
that
the
you
proof
can
on that?
read that
What?
AW,
Smoke Wagon Unfiltered Uncut.
I can't do. I could do MGP. I understand that one.
Midwestern Grain Products.
Oh, is that what that stands for?
Yeah.
Oh. I don't do it. I don't do
Although I don't
acronyms.
know if I consider Where are they at?
They're in Indiana. That's Midwest. That's totally Midwest.
Okay.
Midwest is like that whole section.
I think more like Kansas when I think of Midwest.
Right, but what's above Kansas? Nebraska. What's above Nebraska? Keep going.
Not Indiana.
Indiana's a little bit to the right, but not by much.
East of the Mississippi, for sure.
Right, but not by much. Or is it up that high?
It's east of Illinois.
Yes, it is, but not by much.
MGP's house brands. Yeah, they're right on the other side of Cincinnati, which is a shithole, by the way. Sorry if anyone lives there, but my experiences there have not been positive.
Across the river was nice, and was not Kentucky. No, yeah, Kentucky. New Riff. Where was that?
Yeah, New Riff. You're right. They're on this side of the border in Kentucky.
For poking someone in the nose. No, that's impressive, Corey. Corey got to Facebook jail for poking someone in the nose.
Remus, thank you, Scott. Remus is MGP's house brand.
Newport.
That sounds about right, Corey. I mean, I've seen people go to Facebook jail for some
You got put in
really stupid
You got put in
things.
Facebook jail for something. You had to make a whole new account.
Yeah. I don't know what I did or said. I probably deserved it, knowing me, but
I knock on wood, some miracle of God, I have not been put in Facebook jail. So we're gonna hope for that.
but if it doesn't consider bourbon or nails, you don't post it. Or family.
No.
So
But God knows my mouth.
you're easy. You're in.
You'd think, but then again.
MGP brands Remus Single Barrel and Remus Repeal Reserve. Yes. Although everyone talked about the Remus Repeal Batch 5, and I did not like it. I mean, it was good. It was a solid drinker, but I wasn't like, oh my God, over it or anything like that. Like, it was good.
If it's a rite of passage, I may have to just do something to get put in Facebook jail then. I mean, it wouldn't be that hard. I just try really, really hard not to be put in Facebook jail.
Oh my God.
What are you drinking?
The Bell Mead still.
Don't steal mine.
You said
You're
you were getting
behind.
something weird on it.
I said I got floral.
I've
in
already
the middle.
finished my Caribou. Where are you at?
2.
Okay.
I finished my
I think we need
Bookers.
nope. This side of Booker's. Yep. Let's go and kill that.
Okay.
Barrel, batch 18, 111.56.
That was that's a good bottle.
Remus 5 was a little light and bright for me.
Isn't that
Yeah.
Turox?
No, this is just batch 18.
Yeah, I thought he had.
We got it from Turox.
Okay.
It
It was really good. We took like 3 or 4 batches and tasted them all there.
This is the one I like the best.
Okay, I'm not.
You're lagging behind. There you go. All done. Like a little child. All done. And then they just throw it. The fuck? Who you think you are?
Giving you more? So raise your hand if you had this happen. But it's a great splash to the glass of SW.
Stitzelweller?
Ooh, I like Stitzelweller.
Oh, probably Smoke Wagon.
Stove Wagon's okay.
They said 5 was kind of musty. Corey said batch 5 was good, but 3 was better. 5 was a little bright for me. Yeah. I haven't pulled the trigger on an actual barrel yet. I've enjoyed some Stellum, but that if you can get the barrels at retail, which is usually around $80, yeah, they do some really good blends. If you can, definitely try them before you buy them, because every batch is its own thing. They don't like go for a certain flavor or anything like that. Dylan and I was trying aggressively to take the plastic off an E.H. Taylor small batch. So they make knives and scissors.
That sounds like something that
and
I would try
other
and
sharp
do.
objects.
I was taking labels off of beer bottles the other night. AW, he doesn't have to try to get me drunk. I do that on my own. It's more like getting me to stop is more of the issue. on that one.
Oh, and the glass broke off right in the top. Thankfully, I had another bottle.
Ouch.
You broke the bottle of E.H. Taylor? Getting the cork, the plastic? Corey, bro.
That's awesome. That sounds like something I would do.
How?
I would have liked to watch the video of
Just-
that.
How? It's my only question. How? Like,
Bad things happen.
Nick dropped a Glencairn yesterday.
Where?
Over there. It landed right here and just bounced. It's completely fine on the concrete.
Holy
you have a concrete floor in here.
Shit.
It did. He knocked it off the bar and it landed here. Like you can barely feel a scuff in the glass where it hit.
That dude got lucky. Go buy a lottery ticket. If you can bounce Glencairns off of concrete, that's when you go buy a lottery ticket.
You should send a picture of that, Corey, to Buffalo Trace. Be like,
I'd be
hey,
like, I don't know
the
what's
fuck?
wrong with your bottle, but my bottle just decided to randomly combust.
Right? Like, the fuck?
And they can give you a new bottle. I mean, it's the Disneyland of bourbon.
AW says barrel batches started falling apart after 25. You know, I can't vouch for that at
I don't know
all.
if we have a
But like
bottle after
that,
that.
that kind of seems to be a thing for a lot of distilleries. I say distilleries, producers. They
Kyle
start
said-
out with some really good shit, and then they just like, we have a good name, so fuck you.
Thank you, Corey. I want to see this. And Kyle says that you should, and they will replace it. So, I mean, it'd give you a new bottle of Taylor. I mean, it's not my cup of tea, but hey.
Broken 3 Glencairns just in the sink.
Kyle took out like 5 of them the other night.
4. What was it like a few months ago? Nice try.
I guess it was one of our lives. Yeah, I guess that was
It was
a couple
before
months
Live.
ago. But yeah, took them all out in our little stand that we use for the show. And like, he just went, fuck
I
this
was
shit.
moving a light. And
No, you took you took the light and went,
cord-
fuck this shit.
the cord got caught on it was right on the corner of the bar, and it caught it and just pulled
The
it.
whole thing, I watched it happen. The whole thing went
Yeah.
off the bar.
All 4 just destroyed, demolished. A 2-pack of Glencairns 2 weeks ago, and they're gone already. You broke them, Kyle. I don't think we broke anything while you were here.
Nope, we didn't. I was duly impressed.
Bouncing unopened mixtures 10 off the floor. Ooh, that got lucky.
I've dropped a wine barrel through my glass table when I was in college, but
So I've
My bottle was
broken 2 Glencairns in the dishwasher, like because we don't have running water out here, so we have a caddy that's just full of glassware, and we bring it inside, and I'll just throw everything in the top rack of the dishwasher and let it do its thing. And sometimes
for
if they're
this?
up against each other, the tops will hit and they'll crack. But that's only happened once or twice.
I don't think I've broken a Glencairn.
Bullshit.
Oh wait, I did shatter a mini Glencairn with Booker's. What was that in there? Like some very, very rare Booker's, and I cried. I sat down on the floor.
I think it
and
was Booker's
cried.
Rye.
I cried
I think it was Booker's Rye.
because I dropped my mini Glencairn, but I haven't
I
broken.
was
a real
more sad
Glencairn.
about the Booker's Rye.
That's why I was crying. And now I'm getting low. I hope this isn't my last bottle because I'm gonna really cry when this is over.
Yeah, AW. I've definitely noticed that. Barrels started replacing MGP with Dickel more and more in the blends to try and save money as older MGP went away. So if you don't love Dickel, stay away from the new blends. I think they're pretty good about getting the Dickel flavor out, but I know what you're saying.
Are they
and
using? I wonder if they're using the bourbon though, because the Dickel bourbon I don't get.
It's also not so much like from the people I've talked to at distilleries that source from MGP. From the way I understand it, MGP is not short on barrels. Like 8 to 12 year stock, they're not short on them at all. But they are extenuatingly. I was going to say extenuatingly, but that's not what the word I'm looking for. They're very, very much more expensive.
Exponentially is the word you're looking for.
Probably, yeah. You can get a Dickel barrel for like a couple $1,000 on the market if you're a producer. Whereas I understand MGP barrels are like $8,000 to $15,000.
Wow.
So Yeah. Like all the stuff you see, like a 10-year MGP, that they're selling it for like $150 a bottle. At this point, like they just have to. There's no way around that. Like, yes, their light whiskey is less expensive, but yeah, like they just don't have a choice anymore. It just costs that much.
Someone was asking what I actually didn't grab the right bottle, but this is Shiny Barrel. I mean, it's still good. I thought this was my backyard barbecue.
MGP is all available for the right price.
Exactly,
it is.
David. And it's MGP makes some amazing stuff. So I mean, it like anything else around anywhere right now, if it's good, it's going up.
Everything's going up in price these days. Let's just face it. But yeah, that doesn't surprise me that MGP is upping their prices again.
I did not like Bardstown that much, but we had a fresh crack at it. So I'm going to have to get, someone brought a sample to me, but it was literally a neck pour. So I'm curious on what it's going to taste.
Yes, some Mick from the Bourbon Shed.
I don't even try to
brought it. We were having a bottle share and he brought it and blinded a bunch of people with it that were here. And almost no one liked it.
And then we compared it to my backyard. We may even compare it to this bottle because this one's getting low. And everyone, hands down, put Shiny Barrel way over it. But yeah, I would go, Justin, I'd go after if you can get them. I mean, at this point, it's getting harder and harder. Country Ham, Shiny Barrel. What else did I really like? Kitchen Table, Off Your Rocker, and my all-time favorite of all, Backyard Barbecue.
Is available for my bourbon collections. You offer me something like $50,000, I'll get you some really awesome bottles and a whole bunch of them. Roughly 200 of them.
I love how you phrase that.
Delicious whiskey, master distiller.
Private message, Kyle.
I go for the Dickel every time. Delicious whiskey. Yeah, I like Dickel. I really do.
I like their bourbon, but
she is.
What?
Nicole Austin putting out some great whiskey for the price. Dude, a 13-year bottled and bond for $45.
Try their if you get the mineral flavor. This is one thing I will say. If you get the mineral flavor, or what I call, most people say Flintstones vitamins. I did Centrum vitamins, so I say Centrum. That flavory from the kids. I would totally go after their bourbon. I don't know what are they doing different between their bourbon and their regular? Is it just how it's aged? Dickel.
Yeah, it's just the barrels that they pick from.
The barrels that they pick from are much more smooth. They don't have that minerally flavor. I really, really love that.
Ethan, we may be doing another New Riff pick.
Big hearts. I was blown away. We got a bottle of New Riff someplace, somewhere. We were on a live, and I was like, this is my new favorite bourbon. And then we got to go do a pick with them, and it was absolutely the coolest thing ever. They do their picks a little bit differently. I love the fact that we actually got to read the flavor notes of what they got off of 24 barrels. And then we picked 3. We got to taste them and then pick from those 3. I can't say how much I love the fact.
I do wish it was 5. That'd be awesome.
That would even be more cool. But I bet you, being repeat offenders, talk to the right people. Maybe we could do that. I mean, hey. Right. But I loved the whole experience at New Riff.
David says he would go again. It was amazing.
Hell yeah, it was absolutely phenomenal. I think that was one of the coolest picks we've been on. But I did like the fact that you only got to choose 3, but you got to read the flavor profiles on so many more.
Nope, they did not pick my favorite barrel.
Nope, they didn't pick mine either. So that was even cooler. Kyle and I have a tendency to have very different flavor profiles, but our number 2 is really close. So my number 1 and his number 1 will be here and here, but our number 2 is here. And that's kind of what happened with our picks. One of the picks we tasted like total Coke, and it was gross, and Kyle loved it and I hated it. The one that I loved was your more traditional vanillas and your caramels and everything else. And then we hit middle of the road with the middle one, and it wasn't everyone's first pick, it wasn't everyone's third pick, but it was most people's second pick. So.
Either first or second pick. I try and do like a democracy at barrel picks and just because what I like is what I like, and what she likes and what you like is very different. But if the vast majority of people agree on a single barrel, it's probably going to be a
Cheers,
really
John.
solid barrel. So, John, what's up, buddy?
It was absolutely amazing. It's actually one of my go-tos now. But New Riff is, I can't, I mean, the distillery is cool. The way they run it, I love it. The fact that you can get a half barrel is totally cool. I mean, they're doing all the right stuff. What Kyle likes is correct. Not always.
You know, I really wish when we went to Four Roses, don't get me wrong, the barrel we got is
it was really good, but
really
no,
freaking
I
awesome.
wish they'd pick mine.
No, your barrel sucked. So
No, it did not. It got number two.
As I was tasting through the barrels, right? Because we got 10 to choose from, all 10 recipes, which is awesome. There was one that my only flavor note was holy shit.
Yeah,
that was it.
Not
And it
my
was
flavor note.
Awesome. It was.
I
so
wish number
freaking
8,
epic.
barrel number 8 was a short barrel, and it was my absolute favorite. And I was willing to be like, okay, we can. It was my second. It was in my 1 or 2s. I'm no longer afraid to say that I like OBSV. I
always love OBSV.
I know, but I don't like saying I like it because it's the one that's the most readily available.
Right, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's whatever's on the shelf."
So I keep my mouth shut a lot of
It's
times.
on the
I'm
shelf
like,
for a
maybe-
reason. It's
maybe
fucking awesome.
But we had 2. We got down to the 2. So like we went through the whole picks. We were like neck and neck with 2 of them. And so they poured them blind. And one was the one we got, which was bold and amazing. And it still is awesome. And I still love it. The other one, like I said, I like the more milder, high proof, but milder vanilla caramels, all of those stuff. And that one was phenomenal. I was the only one who voted for it.
The flavor on that one was really good.
It was mellow. It was sippy.
Really damn drinkable.
I was like, everyone's going to drink this bottle in 2 seconds flat, and it's going to be amazing. And they're like, no.
One thing is that it was a really short barrel, so there wasn't a lot of bottles
No,
in
that
there.
one wasn't short. No, number 8 was the short barrel. That was my
Gotcha.
absolute favorite. And I don't remember what the recipe was.
No, but I remember when we tasted them back to back, there was almost no nose.
No, it was really light. It was
really good to drink, but there was just
the nose
no
on it was
nose
just
whatsoever.
It was just mild. I mean,
I got like literally nothing.
Oh, it was all of the caramel.
Smelled like an empty glass.
No, it was caramel, and that was before I couldn't smell. I'm still sad I can't smell. I used to like all this.
You and me, Kenneth. Regular, he said, OBSV is fantastic. Regular single barrel is high on my go-to sippers. That and this, it doesn't even have to be a barrel pick. Just straight up Russell single barrel.
I'd rather a New Riff than over Russell's, but that's okay. I mean,
who do you guys use to distribute and sell your picks? So we go through a liquor store, generally through Elixir. They're just south of Nashville, so all barrel picks except for New Riff when I buy it from the distillery.
Yeah, we bought it from the distillery.
They have to go through a distributor and through a store and everything else. So that's
a thing.
That's what we do.
Premier vinegar and nuts generally. If I had $1, so I actually have had some people call the number that's listed on Premier Vinegars and Nuts, and I just happened to answer the phone, and that made my day. That was the coolest conversation I had at work. They're like, who is this? I'm like, well, did you buy this, or this? And they're like, nope. And I'm like, who are you looking for? And they said it, and I was like, oh, you're a member of us. He's like, what? I'm like, it's your coin.
So on
I have no clue where you're going with this.
Yeah. So anyway, we can get you bottles. That's not generally an issue. If you're international, like
I wouldn't say we can get you bottles because like we've run out of most of our picks. So
we've ran out of every barrel pick. But I mean,
I wouldn't say that we can get you bottles, but
no, I'm saying if you're in Patreon and you want a bottle, we can get the bottle to you. Yes.
Magically.
That's
from
what I'm
Premier
saying.
Vinegar and Nuts.
From Premier Vinegar and Nuts. They're a really good shipping company.
They really are. You should check them
They
out.
do some good stuff.
You might want to buy the .com of them.
I'm
sorry. My brain has just gone left. Don't worry about my scrolling.
Okay. Moose.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
I was thinking about you buying.
I totally agree, John.
AW, we're in California.
What's your favorite distillery tour? I'm in Kentucky. There's so many bourbon snobs here. You guys are normal. Oh, we appreciate that, man.
Thank you. Big hearts
try
to
and just,
being normal because I'm not a snob.
We try and
And
just keep it real, man.
I'm really sorry for anything that comes out of my mouth if you meet me. What you see is what you get. Poor Kyle. He has to deal with my poor mouth. I really love. Okay, so it's going to depend. Go with yours. I have two.
Buffalo Trace is really awesome. They use a lot of like vintage equipment and stuff, and it's super cool.
Sorry, it's my son.
And Four Roses is really cool. It has like a very southwestern feel to it.
It is 8:45.
Heaven Hill, no, not so much. Yeah, Four Roses is cool.
I'm on my way.
They're cool. Buffalo Trace.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you my two distilleries, and Kyle just mentioned them. Four Roses is made in the southwestern feel. So if you want to see what southwestern, like old school southwestern missions, New West, terracotta, and all the rest, Four Roses. I hate drinking their bourbon, but Buffalo Trace has some of the coolest. Especially if you can get on their older tours where they go through and like you can see the distillery from like the 1800s. That one was super cool. 1792 is a really fun one.
That is a good one.
But I absolutely love those two just because there's something that you don't normally see in the distilleries. With that, I'm going to have to go inside for half a second. Sorry, y'all.
Okay, good luck. May the force be with you.
Yeah, I need it. Cheers.
Four Roses is awesome. Yes, Kenneth. Wild Turkey and Maker's Mark are both absolutely gorgeous. If you've done a decent amount of distillery tours, go to a really small distillery, really small, really new distillery that is making product. Okay, and they're usually really awesome and they'll show you around and spend time with you. And one of my favorites is OCD, which is oddly enough because we hated their bottle on a review. I think it's Glens Creek Distilling, I think. But they're in the old Crow Distillery. And when we showed up there was literally two dudes working there. One of them was the master distiller and the other one was like the owner manager guy. And he was just talking with some people that were just leaving, and he came up and talked to us, and he's like, you guys, what's up? And you're like, oh, just want to take a look around. He's like, look, if you guys made it here, you obviously already know what bourbon is and everything. I'm not going to waste your time with that. Let me know what questions you have, and we'll go around and take a look at our equipment and like see what we're doing. And we literally just shot the shit with him for like an hour. Super cool, super fun. So Wilderness Trail, I have not been there yet, David. That is definitely on my list. Chad B says Peerless. Wild Turkey was still closed January. Castle and Key, I want to go there. They're actually right down the road from OCD that I was talking about. Scott says skip the Peerless tour. Old Crow Distillery. Yes, Ethan, that pretty much sums it up. Yeah, so that was super cool, and they were using like equipment you and me could buy, like not anything crazy, just super super awesome. So, they had like a little mason jar that they were literally filling up, and then you could take it and pour it in the barrel. And then when the barrel's full, they do it. But have you had Wilderness Trail Rye? Yeah, I love the Wilderness Trail Rye. It's super good. I have not been to Lux Row yet. Wild Turkey because you get to meet Jimmy or Eddie. Yeah, both of them super cool dudes. Eddie is ridiculously down to earth. A lot of those guys are they're all old school backwoods Kentucky dudes that just happen to make whiskey. Like, yeah, so I mean, they're all, a lot of them are really good friends between the distilleries and stuff. So that's really cool. John, I have no clue if Turkey's open. I haven't needed to go up there for anything, so I haven't even looked, to be honest with you. So that barrel's really good. Lux Rose Premium Tour was fun. Getting to do bourbon chocolate pairings and try double barrel was really nice. Nice. I will say at the Heaven Hill, they have their bourbon connoisseur tour, which is more of just a tasting. But you do, when I've heard hit or miss. When we went, we got to try some really awesome whiskey. So really expensive, really stuff you'd probably never get to try on its own. So Scott has to run. See you, Scott. I'll see you in NOLA, buddy. Yeah, so we got to try some really awesome stuff at Heaven Hill that you wouldn't normally get to try. So, like I said, I've heard it's hit or miss depending on what bottles that they're doing at the time, but I definitely recommend checking it out and just checking on it, see if you're interested in it. John, coming down in the beginning of June. What's up, buddy? So, yeah, there's some really cool distilleries. Check them out. I know most people on here, if you haven't been, like, they want to, but, yeah. So, should go without saying. I think I'm going to do this Four Roses OESO next. Erin grabbed it, and I was like, no, don't grab that one. She's like, it's going to go bad. And I'm like, no, if I don't drink it, it'll last forever. But it won't. So, got to drink it. I shared it with a bunch of people. So, could have said his Heaven Hill tasting was Pikesville, Henry McKenna, or maybe just regular McKenna. Elijah Craig Barrel Proof and Old Fitz 16. Yeah, man. I'm gonna have some faux roses. Faux roses. So I'm gonna kill this barrel first. So this is a Lincoln Road, which if you don't know Lincoln Road Package Store, you should. They're down in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, not far off the interstate. Distilled in 2007, barreled in November 2007, bottled on January 19, 2009. So it's 9-year, 1 month OESO from Lincoln Road. And if, like I said, if you don't know Lincoln Road, they're kind of legendary for their barrel picks. They were doing barrel picks before barrel picks were a thing. Like they were contacting distilleries trying to buy barrels before they even had a barrel program. Rumor has it they are one of the ones that got Four Roses to start doing barrel picks, if I'm not mistaken. I know they did for a couple distilleries, but I believe Four Roses was one of them. And when I went down there in 2017, sounds like a long time ago now, they had a dozen different barrels of Four Roses just sitting on the shelf, chilling. Like there was just rows of them, and every row was a different barrel. And you could buy as many as you wanted. They didn't care. They had a ton of like Russell's picks, chilling, just all kinds of stuff. Oh, the good old days. It was so amazing. But yeah, you could just walk in and grab them and grab as many as you wanted. And looking back on it, I was like, I should have just busted out the credit card and just fucking stocked up. Like I usually picked up at least 8, 10, 12 bottles while I was there, but I should have just bought way more. What are we looking forward to most about NOLA? First of all, just getting to hang out with people and talk bourbon and stuff. That's always fun. Usually there's some really, really good seminars. The barrel was absolutely amazing from Kelvin Cooperage, I believe. Learned way more about barrels than I ever knew even existed. So that was super awesome. Bernie Lubbers with his bottled and bond stuff. Michael Veach has like the historian for bourbon history. There's all kinds of really cool stuff. There's some classes you can do that like blind tasting, and you just sit there trying different whiskeys and stuff blind. Like it's a good time. It is. This year does seem a little everything was kind of last minute, and I feel like they were kind of scrambling to get people to do stuff. So we'll see how it goes. But John, hit me up. Do you your bourbon at Heaven Hill where you bottle your own after tasting? I did not do that. I did do that at Michter's, but yeah, not at Heaven Hill. But yeah, best tour I did was in Bardstown Bourbon Company.
I've not done the tour there. Their food there is really good.
Their food is amazing. The site for the distillery is
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's gorgeous, ultra modern, super, super awesome. Last 90 plus minutes, awesome. Saw the under construction bottling line and filled a super dark French oak finished bourbon. That sounds awesome.
That's how my night's going. Cheers, everyone.
Speaking of bottlers going bad, do you find it similar amount of time for each after being opened, or does it vary? It doesn't. I don't think it varies. I've had a couple change for the worse. Yes. If anyone says bourbon doesn't change after it's opened, I will fight you on it. I absolutely think it does. That being said, as far as the actual liquid going bad,
Only when it gets down to like yay much.
yeah,
You have
when
about
you have this much in a bottle,
6 months.
yeah. After that, like you're really pushing your luck. If your bottle's like this full,
You're okay for a good couple
you
years.
could last it for years and you'll be just fine. So,
Perfect pour heading into Monday. My Monday just started.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
that's fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so generally I think of bottles in thirds. Like when they're full, at least 2/3 or more, I don't have any reservation about it. Yeah, worry about it at all. When they get down to 1/3, between 1/3 and 2/3, I just kind of keep an eye on them. And after they're under 1/3, like it's time to really start thinking about.
Also,
killing
I
them.
will say, opening them up. So neck pours typically are more hot. They're going to be more. I don't even know what. I hate using the word hot because hot to me means water. So I don't like using that word hot. But they're more spicy. They're more in your face. The flavor profiles are more pungent.
Sharp.
Pungent. And then they need to like just breathe a little bit and equalize out a little bit. And some of the bottles that I've absolutely not liked at all, I revisit a month or two later and I'm like, oh, that's what you're attempting to be. Okay, we can talk now.
One of the things that always does that for me is Weller 107, the Weller Antique Red Label Weller. On first pour, so many of them are really hot. And then after being open 3 or 4 weeks, they really mellow out and they're just a lot better at that time. So you all right? What'd you pour?
Booker's
Oh, okay.
and a good pour of it.
I saw that.
And I'm chugging it. Or I'm drinking.
Quickly.
Yes.
With haste.
With haste.
With
there we
haste.
go. We need a new term for this because
Drinking with haste.
I attempted to do some shots of red breast with some people, and I literally was like, I can no longer do shots. None of that. But I drank half the shot, and then like 2 seconds later, drank the other half the shot, and I was like, oh. So sipping with haste.
AW says he has a box of 8-ounce Boston bottles that he fills up when they get down to half a bottle left or something. I want to hang on to. Yeah, you can absolutely do that.
Rebottling is not a bad.
Yeah. If as long as the bottle is more full, whether it's a smaller bottle, then
Copious amount.
you'll be good. Yeah. So 8-ounce, that's a third of a bottle. So that's it's right about what I try and shoot for. Ron Rogers, testy pour there.
Don't shoot whiskey. Yes. Cheers. Cheers to that. Don't shoot whiskey.
Cheers, Ethan. Thank you, sir. John, I believe that's the shiny barrel.
A shiny barrel.
Yeah, shiny barrel. So
I have not been drinking lately, so
Thank
excuse
you,
the
Ethan.
reactions.
Much appreciated.
That's really crazy that like this is doing that to me.
You getting goosebumps? You are.
I am.
I can see them from here.
Sorry, y'all. I need to build up my.
Your tolerance.
I
Good news.
literally.
You got like 3 days.
Yeah, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
However,
Aaron's gonna be shit faced.
I didn't have a hangover after our last live, so I mean there's hope. There's hope.
That's good.
But I can definitely say it's gonna be an.
Speaking of which, you should drink some water.
I have water, but it's gross. It's not carbonated.
It's cold though.
But it's wrong. Water's gross. Has anyone else?
Water is amazing.
Does anyone else feel this way? Like I don't drink. The good news is the only things I drink are bourbon, green tea, and water. And my green tea's unsweet. I'm weird.
And
But
your black tea.
or black tea unsweet. But like this, why? Why do you drink this? It makes everything worse.
When I say hot, I'm generally, and Aaron too for that matter, referring to like that ethanol burn. Where the Kentucky hug is just that nice warming sensation where you feel it in your chest. So two different things going on.
And the burn doesn't necessarily mean proof or alcohol like proof with me. Well, no, it definitely does not mean that with me. I found out that water content in the bottle and everything and how much water they add to it is what I have a problem with. So low proof, typically low proof is what I don't like. I found out that, so, I mean, everyone talks about the burn of higher proofs and I'm like, so there's that. You need to filter your water. We do. It needs to be cold. I don't have any ice. My ice maker broke. Both.
Sounds like
we have 2 ice maker problems right now. So yeah. It is a totally me problem.
John says a friend brought down No Strangers batch to dinner. Super impressed.
No Strangers. That I haven't had
Nutty.
that one. That's a Booker.
Very nutty. Nut.
I would love to try that one because that's one I might actually. I've heard really, really good things about that one.
I really miss when they had the no in the name, like No Strangers and No Hard Times and all that stuff. That was cool. That was fun.
Really, totally cool.
But oh well, Tag Along
Such a
batch was
fun-
really good. Didn't we not like that one?
Tag Along was pure peanut butter. Wasn't that the pure peanut butter batch?
Maybe. That sounds like something I would like.
God. Sorry, you guys. My cat meowed.
I don't remember that one.
I
feel like
remember
I've had it
tasting
though. I feel like I've had it.
That's not the
I really
case.
do. So
We had it. Justin, I want to say that it was pure peanut butter, which I don't usually get peanut butter on Booker's. That one I think I did. Peanut butter's not. I usually get more of a cashewy, almondy, nutty flavor that I love. I think Tag Along I didn't like as much. Green Label.
the Tag Along batch.
I don't remember.
I feel like someone brought us a sample.
It was. I know we had a sample of it, and I believe you liked it, and I was like, meh. The newer Bookers, I don't know what they're doing. Like
The last couple of years,
I have not.
I think it was John said like nothing from 21 in Booker's was impressed with.
I haven't had pigskin. I heard that one was good.
Granny's batch. I did not get a bottle of that, and I really, really wanted one. Everyone said it was liquid peanut butter. I
We tasted
freaking love
it.
peanut butter.
We tasted it.
Granny's batch?
I think so.
I still want a bottle.
I
of that.
still have a theory. Go after like non physical items like barbecue, kitchen table, shiny barrel, off your rocker because it's a rocking chair. Names, I do not like names so far.
Those are generally the first batch of the year.
Right. But Bardstown, I didn't really like. There was one actually I was looking back. I was looking somebody up actually. I'm sorry, not Facebook stalking, but somebody mentioned something about somebody's name and I was like, okay, so how many times have they posted? Like we were looking at algorithms and sort of thing like in our own group. And my post of me going hit on one of the Bookers and someone commented that girls just can't drink. and I was giggling about that. But I don't remember what batch it was that I wanted to drain pour. I wanted to drain pour Booker's. Like, me even saying that makes me want to cry.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I could look it up, but I'm not going to.
I don't know. I do know this OESO is fantastic.
I just really poured myself some Booker's.
Yeah, you did.
Here, I got more glasses. I'll drink it all by the end of the night.
Bullshit.
I want to taste.
Taste.
There we go.
If anyone's curious, it was Warehouse P, North Side. Tier 2, 2T actually was the barrel. So Tier 2, and it's 55.7, so 111.4.
That is an oak bomb, and not in a bad way. Like, it's oaky. I shouldn't say oak bomb. It's like a caramel. Like, if you took your caramel or caramel, depending on where you're at, and like, I feel like I just licked caramel off a stave.
Yeah.
And it is absolutely beautiful. FRSB, Four Roses Single Barrel.
Yay, look at you.
Look at me in the acronyms.
Look at you.
Thank you, Ethan. I was like,
Justin said he liked Bardstown Bench because I've never got a red fruit note on a Beam product, and that was intriguing. I do love my red fruit and bourbon. Amy
don't
says
like
my favorite was
cherries.
a lot of top quality drop off across the bourbon world the last couple of years. Yeah, they aren't spending the time to air dry or cure the barrels as long as they need to get rid of that oak harshness. That could definitely be a thing.
that really could. And I never even thought of that part of it.
That, and I know a lot of distilleries are putting product out faster, so it's not being aged as much.
But I never thought,
So
so
that has
we
to
always talk about like aging. We always talk about like how long it's in the barrel, talk about like all of that. I never even thought about dry curing the barrels.
Because they have to get them faster.
Like, it's gotten ugly in the bourbon world. I'm not going to lie. And it makes me so, so sad because it's only going to, I don't want to say this, but it's only going to get worse. Prices are going to get higher. And
Bottles are going to get younger.
And I want to cry about all of it. And then it's like, okay, well, everything's up 33%. I hate to say this. I'm really, someone told me like last weekend, they're like, hey, guess what? You know, we're looking for a recession that will fix all our problems. And I was like, you're not wrong. But at the same time, when we're looking at a recession, not to like talk political for a half a second, but when you're looking at a recession as fixing the problem, it's kind of like that in the bourbon world too. And I'm like, oh God, like.
So Roger
Let's
says,
just
what
drink.
about Old Tub? Old Tub is straight up peanuts.
No, it's not.
Yep.
No.
Peanut butter.
No.
Peanut brittle.
I don't like
peanut
Old
everything.
Tub. I do not like Old Tub.
Peanut everything.
Mm-mm. It tastes like dishwater.
Uh,
If you took your peanuts and soaked them in dishwater, you'd have Old Tub.
That's good.
No.
I wonder if the days over 130 Elijah Craig barrel proof ABC batches are gone. I don't think so. I know some of them have been on the lighter side. I know the last batch I got was the A1 of this year, and it's a 120 proof.
So here's my thing about the over 130 proof, though. Are they adding less water?
It's barrel proof.
Oh,
So
that
it just depends on the climate and where they're pulling barrels from. I don't think that those days are gone. I guess you could say they're over the last like 10 years, the trend has been that they are slightly getting
younger or lower proof.
Yeah. The same thing can be said with like George T. Stagg. That just over the years, it goes up and down, but I would say the trend line is falling.
There's also, I'm wondering if there's a trend. How many people like over 130 proof?
Bourbon people.
I'd like to say that was true, but speaking from someone who likes the higher proofs, a lot of people don't. I'm okay with over 130 proof.
Yes, I would. I think so. And I'm not like a climate alarmist or anything, but yeah, there has been a change in the climate. And I would say that probably has to do with that. So Yes, Roger. Oak
that
trees
was
take.
your years to grow. That was my shrug. I actually, AW, I did not see your post. So I was like, yep. But yes.
Yeah, they take
do.
years to grow, and then some distilleries pay for the cooperage to age the raw staves for years.
Yep. And then they also have to toast them the right age and get them to dry the right way. And like, if you ever, I don't know if it's happening this year, but there is, if you ever are curious on like how staves are working and how they like form the barrel, in NOLA last year, the Bourbon Festival, we actually went to the cooperage like conversation. I geeked out for a good 50 minutes and loved every minute of it. And they talked about how they have like spectrometers to like judge how like what chemicals are in each stave, and they could pinpoint whether you would get the chemical components of vanilla versus caramel versus God knows what, and how all of that came to be with which toasting and all of the rest. And I highly recommend finding, if you can't do it at the New Orleans Bourbon Festival, but finding somewhere where you can learn about what goes into the making of a bourbon barrel. It's absolutely 100% like geekdom of bourbon. And I never realized, yes, mash bill goes into it and nature and like aging processes and all the rest. But if you have a second to like nerd out on the bottle and the scientific aspects, yes, of the barrel, or most master distillers have a microbiology degree. And I was like,
chemical engineering.
Yes. And like, this kills me because that was my first love, is like all of the science that goes into microbiology and all of like what makes what into what. And I'm going to geek out for half a second because I really am a science dork. But it was amazing.
So I just looked because I was curious. Just
I couldn't read any of the thing. I couldn't see any of you guys. Kyle like went on his own world.
Well, you were talking. You had it under control. So an oak tree from seed to mature when they cut it down
15
takes
years.
30 to 40 years.
Oh, I was way off.
So from
Samsonite.
seed, so that's 30 to 40 years, plus some distilleries pay 2, 4, sometimes 6 years that they're air drying the staves.
So you're looking at 40 years.
Another 10 years,
Holy
for
crud.
a 10-year bourbon.
That means that all of the staves that are out right now, if you were going by math, they were seedlings when I was born.
Some of them are not even. You weren't even born yet. If you did seed to mature tree to air dry to a 10-year bourbon.
Oh, we're not there yet.
You're looking at 55 years, 55 to 60 years. That's a long time.
Well, most distilleries, as we've said before, most distilleries aren't running on like a 4, 10. They're looking at like 50 years. Like, what is the 50-year projection?
Yeah, like a lot of companies have like a 5 and 10-year forecast and projection and everything. Distilleries run like 10, 20, and 50-year projections just because they have to. And a lot of, like, if you think about it, a lot of master distillers,
That's
from
really
the time
sad.
the distiller lays down their first barrel, a lot of them won't even taste it before they won't taste their best product before they either retire or move on.
That's scary.
You think like 15 to 20 years for like a really good bourbon, even 25 years. Like a lot of people don't stick around that long.
AW says the problem is that the cheap crap bourbon barrels aren't even getting 3 months of air age. Not nearly enough to get rid of that resinous young oak harshness. A lot of people get grass on those. So yeah, totally understand what you're saying with that one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Roger, it's a whole science experiment, and it's a science experiment necessarily gone wrong. I'm sorry. I totally I would just watch our account with my dorkdom go down about, we just lost 15 people, but that's okay. I'm all right with it. It really is a science experiment. and I love every minute of it. Science is my first love. I'm a
So
dork.
yes, you
I
are.
I am
Yes, you
fully aware of my dorkdom, my geekdom. But it's so cool. Someone mentioned about barrels, and I literally went and I hit the moon. I get it.
So some people think that bourbon is getting it's a two-way street, right? Yes, a lot of bourbon is very broad terms here, right? Getting worse to a degree. But also like all the science and everything else that they're learning and new ways of doing things and everything else. Like look at Wilderness Trail. They are science-based through and through, and they put out an amazing product.
3-quart as well. 3-quart is all about the science of mixing and mixology and all the rest, like just talking with them.
Mixing and stuff, yeah. Yeah,
right,
yeah, for
but
sure.
it literally, it goes like, so like Kyle looked at me like I was crazy when I said 3-quart.
Well, because they don't distill it.
They don't distill anything, but the mixing of it all is like a total science as well. So you got the barrel that's on a science level, you got the mixing that's on a science level, and then you got the distilling that's on a science level. You've got all three components, and then you also have like this whole mix of like nature in the mix of it all. It is absolutely amazing.
But the key is there's also an art to it.
Yes.
That there are things that science can't.
Ethan's repeating over and over again that bourbon is broadening. Yes.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's no longer.
Distilling.
It used to be like, for lack of a better term, like Maker's Mark, Wild Turkey 101. You're very textbook bourbon, and everyone is kind of
Jim Beam
pushing the boundaries of what they can do. Yeah, a lot of those go from technically being a bourbon to a whiskey, especially when you start like mingling and finishing in different barrels and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, the whole category as a whole is growing.
So when you start talking, and then you got the whole scientific of like, what is a bourbon? I mean, like it goes on and on and on. I don't know if you can call a finished bourbon a bourbon anymore.
I don't think so.
I don't either. Textbook bourbon, there's a reason why the FDA put a rule on what's bourbon. And when you start finishing things in other barrels, it turns it back into a whiskey. I mean, yes, you got a bourbon, but when you start chemically componting it into another barrel, that's going to finish it in other stuff. And then you have the whole.
Well, that's usually why.
Then you have the whole thing of Jack Daniels. Is it a bourbon?
Yes. But no, like a lot of them will say like Kentucky bourbon whiskey finished in cognac casks, because they're not actually calling it a bourbon at that point. They're just letting you know it was bourbon finished in this.
Smoke Wagon is a great example of sourcing, climate, effect, and top-notch blending. I would agree with that.
Smoke Wagon makes some awesome stuff.
They do. Someone sent me one for a Christmas present. I think it was Corey, actually. I don't know if he's still in the chat. Sent me Smoke Wagon for a Christmas present. It was absolutely amazing.
Heat solid brick houses like Old Forester. Yeah.
Yes. That also plays into proof and water usage and all the rest of the like loveliness. And I literally could geek out all day long on all of this. I really, really hate the fact that I did not go into my science major and I stuck with theater. I was a double major. So there's that.
So, but yeah, there's definitely an art to it that you can't always quantify.
No.
So, I think as long as JW said it, I think as long as it clearly specifies finished in whatever, then I have no problem calling it bourbon. I don't know. I'm going to disagree with you on that.
I'm on the fence with that one.
Just because it's to me, even legally speaking, okay.
And this is where I'm going.
A double-barreled whiskey that
is
both of them are put.
A bourbon.
No. That both of them are put into new charred oak barrels.
Yes, you are still a bourbon.
Legally speaking,
It's
you
still
didn't
bourbon.
do anything that you're not allowed to do. There's no law that says it can only be one barrel. However, when that second barrel contains other flavors,
You cannot
to
use.
me, you are
Yes.
adding flavor to the bourbon, which is not allowed in the bourbon category.
Which also goes into the fact that Jack Daniels is a bourbon because it's an subtractive, not an additive.
The Lincoln County process, charcoal filtering is what she's talking about, is a subtractive process, not an additive process.
I could go all day.
Which is
So
why
if anyone
all
wants to
Tennessee-
geek out and be drunk and talk with me, I can totally do this.
Yeah, that's why a lot of the like Tennessee whiskeys can also be called bourbons, because that does not disqualify them from being a bourbon.
Right. It's a subtractive process instead of an additive process.
Yeah, AW, I totally agree with you on that. No matter what you call it, full disclosure should be absolutely needed. And
that
I love
is
it.
why the FDA, the first laws ever made for the FDA were made under the bourbon laws. I mean, like plain and simple. And that makes me even more like willing to like grab a glass of bourbon because the first laws were made for that because they were putting all sorts of crap and everything else.
Shite.
And then I wondered, like I think we've kind of done a 180 with that because like what chemicals and everything else are in our alcohol or bourbon or well, not bourbon because there's set standards with that, but alcohol, popcorn, whatever you want to fucking call it. And we don't know what we're doing anymore.
I see what you're saying. Like originally they made those laws to protect the integrity of it. And now
We're back to square
where
one.
we're adding stuff. Luckily it's not like, use tobacco spit and that kind of stuff, but
No, it's scientific chemical spit and put into everything. Bottled in bond.
Yep.
Ethan, cheers on that. I will totally drink some Bookers for that one. Aw, I got jet.
Mm-mm. So, yeah. So anyway, if you're in NOLA, catch us there.
Sorry. My whole entire like scientific, like I've been watching how many people are watching us. The more scientific I get, the less we get. And there goes one more. So
Anyway, if you're in
With
NOLA,
that-
catch us there. If not, I'm going to try and record an episode tomorrow so I can get it edited and uploaded on Tuesday. So when we
in full
leave Wednesday
disclosure,
morning-
with like all of that, Kyle's computer crashed. We lost everything. We lost our intro. We lost our music. We've lost.
I found a copy of the music.
Thank God for something, but we have lost everything. I know there's only 15 people still on. Hey, we gained one or two. We have lost everything. I don't know why my lovely husband didn't back it up, but
I did. And the hard drive that it backed up to, which should be just fine, isn't being recognized by two different computers.
Okay, I'm gonna work some magical,
So,
like waving my magic wand and hope.
I've already thought about it. I'm going to see what I can do.
So
But anyway,
that is why we don't have an episode out last week. But
it was
all
filmed. It
intents
was
and
there.
purpose-
And everything
it's
got
been a
ripped.
rough week for us all. Are y'all a lot? Wait, hold on. Aren't a lot of bourbons just filtered, just like JD?
Yes. Most whiskey and bourbon is
There you go,
charcoal
Roger.
filtered.
I got you. Big hearts.
Yep.
So with that,
Yep. Appreciate you guys.
Ethan, I agree completely. I'm like I'm literally scanning through our chat before we hit the button because Kyle's got the button. Kyle will pull me off. We're at an hour and 18 minutes.
19.
I'm 19, whatever. I'm literally getting thrown off our live, and I
Amber,
hate it.
yes, there is glitches in the
Amber! So big hearts.
Oh.
It wasn't the Amber I thought it was, but I'm still anyone that's named Amber, big hearts.
All right. See you guys later. Cheers.
Don't make me get off